Hello everyone, C programming language tutorial series. Today I want to discuss about basic structure of C programming language. Before start programs, you first need to know the structure of C programming language, means which parts or which sections are essential for all C programs. C programming language structure has various types of parts or sections, but all sections or parts may not be mandatory for all C programs. Some parts or sections are essential for all C programs, but some sections or parts may be optional. It depends as your program's requirements. Basically, there are 6 main parts or sections of C programming languages, and first part or sections is called documentation section. First part is called number 1 documentation section. Programs documentation sections consist of comment lines, and using comment lines you can write some other informations like programmers names or author names, or you can write like some other information, time and date of create programs. Basically, comments lines, if you use comments lines properly in your programs, it helps anyone to get an idea or overview of that particular programs. If someone use in future your programs, that they will get benefited if you use comment lines properly. Comment lines may be single lines comments or multi-lines comments. According to single lines or multi-lines comment, we use 2 symbols. For single lines comments, we use double slash symbol. Suppose here I will write the author names, double slash author. Suppose author name is X. Here this line is single lines comments because here I use double slash symbols. But in case of multi-lines comment, you use the symbol slash star. Here I will write two lines as a comments lines. Suppose here I will write the first date. Date suppose 14/6/2017, and second line I will write here time. Suppose time 8:14 p.m. and this is first line is single lines comments. I use here double slash symbol, and second this 2 lines is used for multi-lines comments. And here in multi-lines comments, you always remember multi-lines comments always start with slash star symbols and always ended with star slash symbols. Second section is link section. Number 2, link section. We use linked sections for include header files of our programs. Simply, header files are some library files where included built-in functions, function declaration. Basically, there are 2 types of functions. One is called user-defined functions and other is called built-in functions or library functions. And you should know, built-in functions, function declarations are written some library files which are called header files. One commonly used header file is stereo.h header file, which is used for standard input-output functions. We can include header files like this. Suppose we include header files stereo.h has include stereo stdio.h. Stereo.h header files is used for standard input-output built-in functions. There are 2 commonly used functions. One is called printf and scanf, which are included in stereo.h header files. Not included, printf scanf functions, function declarations are written in stereo.h header file. So before use printf scanf functions, we must include stereo.h header files like this in the link sections of programs. There are 2 commonly used header files. One is called printf, printf. Printf function is used for display output or print any message in the computer console screen. And for input purpose, scanf functions is used, scanf. These two are built-in functions, and printf scanf functions function declarations are written in stadio.h header file. So before use printf scanf functions in our programs, we must include stadio.h header files in the link sections of programs. Like this, there are so many header files in C programming language. Another header files is which is called graphics.h. Graphics.h is another header file which included graphical related built-in functions. If you use some graphical related built-in function in our programs, before use that type of functions, we must declare graphics.h header files in the link section of programs. And our header files math.h. If we use mathematical related functions in our programs, we must include math.h header file in the link section of our programs. Otherwise, program will give also some error message. Third section is definition section. In the definition section of a program, we can define some symbolic constants, and symbolic constants are some constants where we can set some default values. For example, if we want to set as a symbolic constant pi's value, we can set as a symbolic constant. Pi's value is 3.14. so if we want to pi's value as a symbolic constant, we can define like this: has defined pi, and pi's value is 3.14. You always remember all symbolic constants are written in capital letters. So where you require pi's values, then you write directly pi, then you will get the pi's value. Like this, you can define another symbolic constant. Suppose maximum value you can set. Suppose has defined max. Suppose maximum value is 100. Here we set max as the symbolic constant, which value is maximum value is 100. And you always remember, we can define symbolic constants in the definition section of a program. Fourth section is global declaration section. In these sections, we can declare some global variable which are accessible from everywhere of our programs. Global variable can be accessed main function of our programs as well as some other user defined functions also. And you always remember, global variables are declared in the global declaration sections of our programs. Fifth section is main function section. Main is the mandatory part of all C programs because programs execution always start from main function. So main function is the mandatory part of all C programs. Main function always start with curly braces and ended with curly braces, and inside curly braces we can write coding of C programming languages. Here I give parentheses because all functions require parentheses. Because of main is a function, so here require parentheses. Main function has two parts. One is called declarations part and other is called executable part. In the declarations part, we can declare variables which is used in the executable part of our programs. So declarations part might not be required for all C programs, but executable part must requires for all C programs because in all C programs at least one executable code exists. So executable part must require for all C programs. Sixth section is subprogram section. In this section we can define user defined function. I will discuss details about functions in my other videos, but you should know we can define user defined function outside main functions, but we can execute that user defined functions inside main function. So you always remember, in the subprogram section, we can define user-defined functions. Basic summary of this video is, there are 6 sections of C programming languages. First section is documentation section. In the documentation section, we can write comment lines. So documentation section is optional. Second section is link section. Link section is optional section because when we require, then we use link section in our program. Third section is definition section, and this section also optional section. Fourth section is global variable declaration section. This section also optional, as our program requirement we use this section in our program. Fifth section is main function section, and main function section is the only one mandatory or compulsory section in C programming languages, because all program execution always start from main function. Sixth section is subprogram section, and this section also optional. These are the 6 sections of C programs. I hope you understand it clearly. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, give comment, and press the bell icon for watching more videos. Thank you so much.